Today we have Open Innovation Academy's fourth event, right? Yeah, you can nod or not. Okay, my name is Andres Vaher. I'm a communication and marketing head specialist at the University of Tartu School of Economics and Business Administration, aka Delta Management School. Hopefully this was the final hole they're drilling or not. We will see that. But I'm glad to see you all over here. And I'm really glad that we have connection over the internet as well. Today's topic is prototype presentation and market fit. And also we have one keynote speaker as well. I'll try to speak so far that the drilling will stop, but yeah. What that slides tell you? Can anybody say?
It means that we are recording, and it means that the common person don't turn in your camera, but then if you are speaking, turn it in.
Yes, absolutely. What we like you to do is similar process as previous times, that if it's your time to speak, please turn on your Zoom call, your cameras, so everybody from the website can also see. And then you don't have to turn on your mic. We will hand it to you. And we will also record this session. So yeah. That's from the information side at the moment. We will walk you through the hackathon structure and objectives once more, really shortly. Ivar will gladly go over the whole process and what's going to happen next. Also, we have a keynote speaker on product service development by Martin Järvekülg. Who is visiting at the moment us, and also you will present your first marketing strategies, and we would like each team to do that, focus on key activities, and also focus on the main things that really matter in your program. And also a small Q&A afterwards. Does anybody have questions so far? Maybe over the internet? No? Okay, so let's move on. And since the beginning, we have had three... Yes, somebody's speaking over there. They can come in. We have had 3 sessions. You have completed the different challenges with your groups, and mentors have been available to you. And also reminder to all the mentors who are listening also, please make yourselves available in the chat room as well on the Event Tornado platform. And also, for all the teams, please use that opportunity to chat with mentors. It's not every day that you can do that. But yeah, now I will give the word to Ivar. Ivar will go shortly over the process, and then we'll tell what's happening after today's event. So give a warm applause to Ivar. Woo-hoo!
I'm welcoming you, all my dear workers, industrial players, key persons from different Estonian companies, institutions. My dear supervisor, who is participating our meeting today, dear participants at different places around the world. The concept itself, Open Innovation Academy, is meant to bring industrial players and universities and learners into joint space. And what the concept says in this slide, that our main target is not only a new startup, but the main target is to encourage open innovation. And if people are coming to solve the industrial players' challenges during our long educational hackathon, that means that the teamwork will be done, and we are saying kind of experiential learning and teamwork will be done. And as you already are informed, there are mentors, there are challenge givers available over the Event Tornado platform. Now, when we have 1 month until the end, please try to take out whatever you want from those mentors. Today I have a very special guest also from investor space, investor Rene Tõnisson, and he will evaluate your pitches and your workouts at the very end. And together with him, we put together a jury where we have a investor from Germany, investor from Spain, and 2 investors from Estonia. And they will decide whose workout is so good that the team will get the award. Award is full ticket for team, for 6 team members to participate the biggest Baltic startup event, Startup Day 2025. That means the award is for team, and you can participate 2 days and additional events that are organized during the Startup Day are available for you. During the 3 days, I say you, there are plenty of activities. But until you will be awarded, you have to go through the next and last event. And at Event Tornado platform, we have guide uploaded where is written what are the next deliverables, what we are waiting. Choose a small video about the solution or about the issues around your challenge problematics. And last but not least, we are encouraging, I am not saying we are forcing you, but we are encouraging you to learn the digital nuggets. Those are materials uploaded into EIT Manufacturing Academy platform, and we worked together with Spanish and German partners with those nuggets, and there are 11 modules available. I truly hope that until the end of the year, you can learn those digital nuggets. Why it is important for you? I hope that it gives you a full picture how to be if you have an idea to start up, or if you want to run new innovation inside the company. We have also challenge givers here, and the big institutional challenge giver is Hansa Mechanics. They are listed company in Stockholm stock market. There people are also using those nuggets to reskill their management and medium management staff. And truly, their practices and your practices together are giving us maybe later good challenge solutions after the challenge. Okay, good solutions for challenges, or even maybe you are ready to start your own business because of this joint effort you did with team and with this challenge giver. So I'm welcoming all you once more and saying that until now we can be satisfied. You are pretty organized. I saw teams are timely, doing what we proposed, and that gives us feedback. The concept itself is working. Maybe now, before I give a word to Andres again, maybe Rene, can you stand up for introduction only? And I tell you, welcoming Rene, and he will participate next two seminars, and together with other investors, he will evaluate your workouts at the very end. And next is Andres, and he will keep the things going.
Yes, I will turn the mic on as well. So keep in mind that please reach out to mentors, and also keep in mind to use the nuggets as well for your own benefit. These are really comprehensive and then great. But next up we have keynote speaker Martin Järvekülg will speak about product and service development, and use this time to ask questions as well. Maybe you can change something in your proposals, in your ideas as well. So give a warm applause to Martin Järvekülg. Woo! Now. Oh, yeah, I'll take the computer.
Hi all. Does it work? It does. I guess it does. Yeah. So pleasure to be here. I've been listening to this event from home a few times before. Haven't really had much to say before, but hopefully the projects are now further, and now there's like more reason to comment on them from me also. So my background first. So I have a PhD in material science from 2011. Did some serious science from there on for some time. Some science metrics here, but I also, besides like actual science, I try to work for CROs, so contract research organizations, as an angel and project lead, and then we established a new one, and then there I was a CEO for a brief time also. So CROs kind of like are based on science, but try to do applied stuff, try to contribute to develop actual technologies and products. I have started a few companies myself. Have led different projects in the CROs, but also in the university. Also have supervised master thesis where my students actually started their own companies, and have been a mentor for them afterwards also. And I'm myself also an inventor. So during my university time and CRO time, I was a co-inventor of 4 inventions. Invention is a word that I'm going to repeat in this presentation later on also. And then from there on, I transferred to a company, Click and Grow. Most of you probably know it, but I will introduce that also. There I have a team of R&D team of 8 people. We do actual in-house innovation, I would dare to say. And but still we are developing some of the processes, because Click and Grow used to be a startup, really like kind of like building everything from scratch. And we by now that we are 15 years old company, we are kind of getting to the stage where we are figuring out our actual product development processes, where market fit is also a very important piece in innovation. During my time in Click and Grow, we have filed for patents for 5 different inventions. And during that time, we have only launched one product, a consumer product, but we have done significant upgrades to our existing tech. We have our proprietary tech. I will talk about that later on also. And we are working heavily on many different projects. So hopefully you will see a lot of innovation, visible innovation from Click and Grow in the future years. Okay. Yeah. When I was asked to talk here, then I kind of started to look for a focus what to talk about. Then of course, as a scientist, I started with definitions. So this an innovation hackathon, innovation oriented activity. So how is innovation defined? Hopefully for most of you that's already known and trivial, but I will still go over it, because this is one particular definition that I kind of liked. And that's because this one has the exploitation of the actual like invention in it. It has to have an outcome. Otherwise, it will not be innovation. And if we look further in Wikipedia, then it's clearly like discussed also that innovation is different from invention and creativity, because it's implemented. It's actually made into something useful. Otherwise, it will only be an invention. And as a scientist, I of course know a lot about inventions, but maybe less about actual innovation. Then because if a product or a technology doesn't find fit in the market, or there's no business case, it doesn't compute the business case, then it's not innovation by definition, if we take these definitions that I chose. So you can describe innovation by different models. Hopefully you've seen this model also, very like intuitive and clear, and everybody who has done any kind of research and development should see that yes, it makes sense. So you can start any kind of R&D from either discovery push or need pull. So you either find something interesting and you think that you can make it into a product that could be useful. That I did a lot during my university time, or then you can actually notice a need pull in the market, and you can feed that into the R&D machine. The problems with these are that the discovery push doesn't know about anything about market usually, and the need pull doesn't have any knowledge on what's actually possible to do with existing tech or in nature in general. So, but if I look back at what I've been a part of in the past, then actually this simple model that lacks crucial pieces can be used to describe what we did many years back in the contract research organization. So, for example, the GDLC Smart Glass project. So GDLC stands for gel dispersed liquid crystal. So it's a composite material between 2 electrodes. It's maybe too specific here to explain, but basically it's a so-called privacy glass. You can by switching a switch, you can turn it from opaque state to a transparent state. So if you have for example, a meeting room that has walls made of this glass, you can make it completely private or completely like non-private then. Actually, this idea came from scientific papers, and we as scientists made thought that we can make it into a technology because we had the scientific knowledge to take it further, and we did. We applied for a patent, so the invention was actually there, and we developed this technology in a CRO for that was actually called Nanotechnology Competence Center back then, over 5 years, and I guess by nowadays value that would be like more than we probably spent more than 2 million or something close to that. What we achieved was technology readiness level 4 or 5. We did do in the picture in the bottom. You can also see kind of like a fab lab approach that we also have tried to apply this kind of or prepare this active material that does the visible change. We try to apply that using industrial methods also, and that took us to maybe TRL 5. But we didn't know anything about the actual market, if there was a need. We did know that there was a tech or product that worked similarly, provided the same functionality, but was based on different materials. So that's why we were able to get a patent. So it was in the tech part, it was significantly different and interesting for us. But yeah, we didn't. We got stuck in the science state, and kind of when the science money ended, and we needed to attract more industry money, then we approached investors, and we also approached some major players in the field. So fast answers from the investors, not interested, to high risk, too low TRL, technology readiness level. And one of the biggest players in the glass product markets said that they had the competing technology, and they provided us clear parameters that we needed to achieve with our technology in order to be competitive. And that was a check we could have done or should have done like maybe six months into the research, because by that time we were aware of the limitations of our technology. So that's where it stayed. A similar, there's many, I can think of many similar examples. There's another one. Then I was already the CEO of that CRO. And there was money available from European Space Agency because Estonia had just recently joined. So we applied, we got funded, and we developed ionic liquid-based lubricants for extreme environments. Don't really want to go into detail. So it's like science intensive, but again not clear if there was market for that. And that was actually stated by the space agency people also, that we should have more business development and demonstrate higher TRL, demonstrate that we have actual existing clients. But yeah, so in reality, we had it was even worse with this project. We didn't even have any real understanding of how to scale this technology beyond lab scale, and we failed to establish any meaningful communication to potential users. We did talk to one company that was developing lubricants here in Estonia, also based on ionic liquids, but it was a really small company, and that was definitely not enough to continue our tech development. So that didn't go anywhere either. Now, so yeah, back from my science times or working for the university and CROs times, I could come up with a lot of bad examples of R&D leading to inventions, but not innovations. But now, introduction to Click and Grow. We do smart indoor gardening solutions. So we have two components: plant board that's the plant side, and growing devices. that provide everything for the plant that the plants need. It used to be a startup, now a economically sustainable company, medium-sized company. We have global reach everywhere in the world. That's kind of like one of our key competitive advantages also. We are the biggest brand. Now we are the biggest brand in the field because the brand that used to be bigger just announced a few weeks ago that they are closing. Kind of good news for us, but at the same time, maybe not that good because it's a small niche, and if one of the biggest players disappears, then maybe the potential investors and everybody sees that, okay, there's no potential and just let it die, but we don't want to. So what we also have, what's unique to us is and what our competitors don't have are the sales channels. We do B2C, web stores. We have marketplaces, B2B, that also to web stores of their own, and we also now have partnerships. So we let other companies develop their own hardware devices that use our plant boards. So and at least I'm aware that our everyday activities, are based on many different key competencies that we have in-house listed here that I won't go over. So shortly explained, we have two parts of the product: the plant board on the left and growing devices on the right. So if you insert the plant board into the growing device, then a seed inside the plant board that we have put in the plant board germinates and grows into a full-grown plant with the water from the device and lighting from the device. And all the nutrients are also inside the plant board, so the user doesn't have to add any fertilizers or do anything, basically. So we have automated plants, basically, for home environments. So now going back to the models, thinking about what we have done in Click and Grow, have had also very many projects, not most of them not successful. So actually, my connection to the company started with when I was still working for the university, and I started leading a group of researchers developing a new plant cultivation substrate for Click and Grow. So back then I was at the university, not in Click and Grow. The company wanted to have a better substrate, wanted to have control over the tech. Ideally, would have wanted to have its own tech on the substrate. We didn't mind, and at the same time, what was a big challenge, they didn't really want to compromise on anything, and wanted many things that, from a scientist perspective, were unrealistic expectations. But we took on the challenge, and we were persistent and worked with the company for 6 years. I have to admit, although we did reach many inventions, we did apply for a patent, and we can still apply for many patents based on what we did back then. But we didn't reach reach market with any of the tech or products we developed during that time. So we didn't reach actual innovation. But what we did manage to do is establish a good knowledge base, and I will come back to that. But by now I'm even more convinced that the good knowledge base is something very useful for a company. And what also happened that the company saw that I'm useful, and now I'm employed by the company. So another example from the need pull kind of innovation or trying to innovate. So when COVID hit, people stayed at home. Of course, many of the people wanted to do gardening and cooking, so that's where Click and Grow products come in handy. Because with Click and Grow, you can grow your own foods, and it's good for your mental health if you have plants around. And also, people had a lot of time to go online and shop for different novelty stuff, and Click and Grow definitely is novelty product because it's a smart garden that is inspired by NASA tech, and it's obviously cool to try something like that out. So we experienced a massive surge in popularity during that time. So it indicated a clear pull that people wanted more, wanted to do more plants and found Click and Grow useful and were buying it. It was flying off the shelves. And at the same time, we had the ambition that we want to save the world. So instead of being a novelty product, we wanted to save the world. We wanted to make solutions based on our tech that would save the world, that would provide nutritious food all around the world. That in principle is possible, but we couldn't have known if it was actually desired on the market. So what we thought about, or what we came up with, was definitely invention that we kind of innovated device design, which allowed to put more plants more together and introduce the cyclic growing pattern that would maximize the ability of our tech to produce leafy greens that at the same time are the most nutrition plants that you could grow with Click and Grow. And that could actually provide a meaningful input to one's diet if they actually keep that product going continuously. So on paper it all checked out. It seemed like a very, very nice and exciting product that could actually save the world. So what we based this R&D on was basically our in-house competencies. So listed here, most significantly, maybe we know the field of home growing or hydroponics or tabletop hydroponics quite well. We know all the science, optics, and plant science that we need to know. And we have high standards of aesthetics and design, so we could actually make it into a nice product that many people would desire. But as we found out, it's probably too expensive for most people. So we didn't actually find market traction with that. This product still exists. You can say that it might be a sleeper innovation that at some point it will find more traction, but we don't really find that many people who want to buy it, and we don't see the people who buy it. They don't use it as intended. They just want to grow random plants in it. They don't use the specific functionalities we introduced in this product as intended innovation or actual invention. So again, we didn't look at the market clearly enough. We didn't have a dialogue with the actual market. We kind of misinterpreted the pull quite badly. And maybe it wasn't a pull. Maybe it ended up a discovery push instead, because we wanted to realize the potential of our technology and didn't really care about what the users were actually asking for when they wanted to have more Click and Grow products. So now back to models. If I think about how it should work and how it's by now working at Click and Grow most of the time, the Klein model of innovation is much more closer to the reality. So here you have defined research and knowledge, and then basically a product development process that has feedback loops. So you didn't have that in that linear model that I showed earlier on. That you in reality you should have feedback in all stages, between all the stages basically. And what's interesting here is worth mentioning. This seems to be a global model. So the knowledge is defined as all the knowledge in the world, and research is something that creates new knowledge if there's something missing. But in reality, if we look at a specific entity or company, then we are closer to something like this, where I have defined the knowledge differently. I would say that that we could instead of the knowledge of the whole world, we could have the knowledge basis of the innovation entity. The entity can be a company, it can be a group of doing a hackathon, it can be a single person, but basically this is a knowledge that entity already has, and you can add bits or pieces by research or looking into the knowledge that is around in the world. So by doing this kind of change, it kind of like defines the actor or the owner of the process. It clearly shows then that where the innovations come from is the knowledge basis of the innovation entity, especially if you include the part of marketing knowledge also in there and knowing your market. And once you have knowledge of market in the knowledge basis and all these different competencies are interconnected within the knowledge basis, then you will see endless possibilities for innovation based on the set of your knowledge. So this set of knowledge can be obtained by research, product development, so experience, and definitely operating in the market, knowing your market. So most of the time, I think, at least in Click and Grow, that is quite multidisciplinary in its nature, but I would guess that most of the time, a knowledge set that is useful for innovation is multidisciplinary, and that also means usually that it's unique. So in case if you wanted to do a smart garden, then you would need to have the same knowledge as Click and Grow, basically. Plants, lighting, you would have to have the knowledge of how to purchase different components of the product, how to set up the logistic network, and so on. So it will be, since it's multidisciplinary and unique, it will be in most cases impossible to outsource ready-to-use chunks because they won't have the right mixture, and maybe competitors will. So if you want to copy Click and Grow, it would make sense to go to one of our competitors and not try to assemble all the pieces yourself. But at the same time, if you think about innovation, then intuitively it's clear that how impactful the innovation is depends on the depth and range of your knowledge. So it's important to extend your knowledge and deepen your knowledge, and you can do that by outsourcing. You can outsource all the ways that basically that you can use to extend your knowledge. Research, contracting external knowledge. For that, you can use universities, CROs. We have used a lot of engineering bureaus, but like on a hackathon level, you can just collectively contribute components. So somebody of the team is from marketing, somebody is from technology, and so on. Each of you brings a piece. And then if you need another piece, you know that the pieces are all out there. You know that maybe for one of the challenges for bringing the used cars back to the manufacturer, you would want to track them. Then you would need someone who knows tracking tech, maybe. Then you would know where to get that knowledge. So actually, acquiring external necessary pieces is also a critical skill that you would like to have if you want to do innovation on a regular basis. As I feel now, the knowledge basis that you bring together is a very valuable strategic asset of a company or entity, and it kind of defines what your actual competitive advantages are. This is how I look at it in Click and Grow, at least. But as we saw in the earlier examples also, it makes sense to start assembling all the pieces from market fit, knowing your market, because basically all the other pieces, because without that piece you will pretty much fail, because without market fit there's no innovation, It can be invention at best. So a better example of how innovation has worked for Click and Grow. We have mold on Click and Grow plant pots. You can see it on the image on the right. It's nasty. Our users don't like it. So it's a classic, you could say it's a classic need pull from a business case. We want to avoid that mold, and we want to avoid that at acceptable cost for us and for also for the user, because ultimately it will be cost for the user. So what we did. So if we look at it, what we based our activities on, our R&D on, our innovation on, then there's lots of different pieces that we have inside the company. Understanding of our product and the market, what's the actual shortcoming of the existing product as it is. Natural background inside natural sciences. We have a PhD, that's me. We have several masters people in the company. So good general background. Then engineering, while we were developing these actual machines that do the anti-mold treatment, we developed that with external partners, but you have to guide them. In many cases we had to provide the solution, the basic solution ourselves, and that could only be done because we have the engineering competence inside. Then knowledge of where we can find additional funding, because based on using our own capital, it wouldn't have been possible. So support funding, and then that's also important that we are already experienced in outsourcing different bits of knowledge. So in this example, we outsourced the mechatronics design, the coding for the digitalization part of all the processes, and also what's an important part is since our manufacturing is done by a contract manufacturer, then definitely their knowledge of the actual processes on a daily basis was a necessary piece also to bring it all together. So if we apply the same model that I showed before, if we try to apply that to this specific case, then it would look something like this. We had a order from inside the house, basically. So you can say that it's easier because it's not defined by users, but it is something that we are that the request comes from inside our own inside the company. Basically, it's a very clear improvement of the product. So first we place an order basically internally to do some research into existing solutions, what's out there, because there's no point in inventing new stuff if there's something that works already. Then based on that, we go into applied research. Then it's kind of like close to a linear model that we go through different stages of R&D and build something based on that. And then we launch it into market. So invention happens during the process, and the actual innovation happens when you release it to the market. So and actually, if I want now at the knowledge part, then it would look something like this. My current understanding of how it works is that the linear part is actually, this happens inside the company. It's all driven by or controlled by the knowledge bases that we have, all the different bits of different knowledge that we have inside the company. And if we didn't have that, and if we didn't have all these pieces available all the time, then there would have been a likelihood that we would have failed. And at the same, there were external help contributing also. So we contracted R&D from an engineering company, and then the other one that did the digitalization, and then also clearly we used the knowledge of our contract manufacturer also. So yeah, so basically this I would if I made the client model into something more local than on a project scale, this is how I would describe a successful innovation project based on my knowledge. So what we reached, what we did then was that we spent 3 years. One of that was 1 year of very intense R&D. It is now implemented on our manufacturing line. That is our own proprietary solution. This is patent applied for, so you can't really argue that it's not inventive. So you could say that this is easy. This is just incremental improvement of existing product. But I would say still that this is a different kind of innovation, but still innovation. But we are yet to see how it will influence customer satisfaction, although it will improve it significantly. And also important, this has been an exercise that will strengthen our knowledge bases. So if you do it, if you do run innovation continuously, it will improve your. So a summary: no market fit or no business case that actually computes means that it's not innovation. It's at best invention. I find that well-exercised multidisciplinary knowledge bases is something that is a great substrate for innovation. Actually, I don't know how it would work otherwise, by chance maybe. But within this knowledge basis, it's important to have knowledge of your market and validate on the market ASAP. And one important thing that we keep reminding ourselves in Click and Grow, since it is a like a novelty product that people don't really need. It's a nice to have. Then you don't really know if it works on the market until people actually buy it. So we are yet to see. And now, as an epilogue or encore, what we're working on, seeing if we can apply the same exercised innovation muscle again continuously in future products. We have the desire to expand into out of the smart gardens niche and into houseplant market that is significantly bigger. So not electronic devices that grow the peculiar plant pots, but all the houseplants that basically everybody has in their own homes. So on the picture we have an example of what kind of products we might want to make, and this is basically a scale that is you can put under a plant that will monitor changes in the weight and will let you know when a plant needs watering. So we have confidence in the knowledge bases, and we have done a lot of working prototypes in-house also, but I have to admit market fit is still something that we're working on. We don't have clear proof if the ideas that we have would actually work in the market. But yeah, that's all. I don't know if we want to take any questions or.
Yes, almost all my questions was answered. How about you? Do you have any questions? Would you like to ask something? Maybe I would like to ask one question. How can I determine if my value proposition truly resonates with my target audience? Do you have maybe some of the tips?
I'm not the person like doing or choosing the methods that face the customer, but basically different kinds of testing. Gen pop for us has been like Gen pop studies way up, but you have to be really careful with your questions. Has been useful for us, or is one of the main tools for us at the moment. So yeah, So what is easy to reach is your own existing customer base. But if you want to, especially if you want to expand to something new, if you want to innovate that is significantly different from your existing product, then you would want to. Then probably you have the ambition to extend your market, and for that your own existing customer base that might give you misleading feedback. So but yeah, in general it depends a lot. And like a good Gen Pop study in my mind is always a good option.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh yeah, one question. Like you want to have each product, so some will say I will pay anything for this, so that's
continuously, yeah. Doing that, I can give you the context to the people who actually do that on a daily basis.
So yeah, this was really good contribution to the deep tech innovation from Martin Järvekülg. Give him a big applause. Woo! Thank you very much. So what's going to happen now? Ivor will take the microphone from me, and yeah, now we will carry on with your presentations, and should we show also some slides?
Yeah. Yes, they are going through the Zoom and sharing the slides from their Zoom account, and it's up to you to understand how many teams are going to.
Yeah. So yeah, let's start with how many teams are present at the moment. You can, team leads can raise up your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 or 8, 7, 8, something like that. Okay, so I hope your homework has been done great today, and what we'll do now is we will call out teams by their names, and we will ask you to present your today's assignment. And please be short with it. Focus on mainly on the key aspects, as I mentioned previously. And I also will ask you some questions regarding to your homework. So yeah, how did you approach the task today? What will need to do to implement it, and then so on. But yeah.
And we have maybe opportunity to let investor position also be heard. That means we hope that Rene Tõnisson can contribute also and ask some fine questions.
Yes. So yeah, be aware to answer them also. So first team up is Pistikupesa. Do we have Pistikupesa? Yes. All right. So if you can turn on. Yeah.
Speak over Zoom. Zoom.
To see my screen, so if it's fine. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay to start? Yep. Great. Okay. So, hello everyone. No, I want to see my screen because I have text written down. Show your face. Oh, sorry, of course, yes. Let me do that. There we go. Funny angle. I'll even look into the camera. Okay, so as it says under the idea name, this is a blueprint. And we have called it a blueprint for a reason. It's not the house itself. On a blueprint, there are no actual walls, no floors, no furniture. there's a plan, an opportunity to build something. Now, Wemmel Wood has already done a lot of building, but we think that you can do more, that you can do a little bit better. Now, I don't assume that the blueprint we have is perfect, because nothing ever is. But we hope there's something useful in there. Let's get started. On the screen, you can see the first section, which is key activities and partners. This is where we are narrowing down to the bare bones the things that must be done. These things, in our opinion, are not optional. They have to be done. In one sentence, I would summarize this as make the product great, make sure that people know that it's great, and convince them to buy it. Couldn't be simpler, right? Well, I do know that things are usually easier if you have a plan, a blueprint, as it were. Key activities here is number 1, product development, as you can see. It's obviously absolutely a key activity. And we'd like these outlet covers to be high quality, durable, aesthetically pleasing, or nice looking, if you want to be simpler in terms. If you're going for the sustainability claim, make sure you have backup for that claim. As they say, get your receipts, and then you show those receipts in your marketing channels so that your target audience also knows that what you're doing is sustainability, and it's not, greenwashing, as some tend to do. And then you make what you advertise. You test it, you protect it from imitation, and you're ready to deal with those who will, if you are successful, they will try to copy you. Copying may be the highest form of flattery, but it can be a big cost or even a killing blow to a business. For partners, you already have a few, and you will have a few more, or a lot more, depending on how this goes. We have some suggestions later on, but of course, I believe that in this session you will get a lot of suggestions, a lot of good names. So we didn't really focus specifically on any particular companies you should be looking towards. It's more of a conceptual issue. If you could go back just once more. Yes, right, key partners. This does mention Young for electrical components, and Thermory, who produces thermowood in Estonia, is absolutely a key partner. And from what I understand, in Estonia, the only supplier. Now, do note that relying on one supplier is actually sometimes or often a weakness. Okay, and of course, in this plan, your customers are also key partners. And those customers are interior architects, designers, etc. Without customers, you have nothing. So your main goal is to keep the customers happy and keep them close. Next, we're going to look at key resources. Key resources, you can click. Yeah, there we go. Resources are your lifeblood, the stuff that you need to make the things that keep your customers happy. Some of those you already have, and some of these you'll need to get. You already have a premises, you have equipment, namely one workbench. You have a supplier for wood and for electrical components. You might need more production equipment for 2 reasons, mainly for backup as risk management and when you're ready to scale up. Of course, tools for cutting, finishing materials, etc. And of course, people. There's no company without people, right? You need people who understand product development, people who understand sales and marketing. You need finance to crunch your numbers. And last but very much not least, in the people section, skilled individuals who actually make your products. And all of these roles are probably going to be different people, even if right now they might be focused or combined, rather, I'd say. And of course, you need money because money makes the world go around, right? How much money, unfortunately, we cannot tell you. But it's simple, right? Simple enough. You need to think about what you have, what you need, and how much it's going to cost you to make up the difference. Next, the value proposition. Hopefully at this point, some things will start to make a little more sense, or maybe you already understand everything. So I'm going to read this out to you. Our premium wall there you go. Sorry. Our premium wall outlet covers are crafted from renewable thermally modified wood in small batch production runs, made for discerning interior designers and their clients who appreciate exclusivity and sustainability. We offer the perfect blend of precision craftsmanship and eco-friendly sophistication, providing a unique and elegant touch that stands apart from mass-produced alternatives. Note the keywords premium, exclusive, renewable, sustainable, small batch, craftsmanship, stand apart, and discerning, unique, elegant. Well, that's actually like half the words in there, right? This is the crux of our blueprint. And I suspect we're not the only ones here today with the same conclusion. Right. So the essence of the house, relating to it being the blueprint, if I may be so unpoetic, is the word premium. The idea of producing something that stands apart in a premium way. We still have sustainability in there, but it's no longer the key selling point. 21% of Germans surveyed by Euromonitor stated that they feel good when they buy a green product. That's not nothing, I would say, but it's also not a lot. The particular number is most likely going to increase with EU's increased push towards carbon neutrality. But 21%, in our opinion, is not enough to be the sole basis for competitive advantage at this stage anyway. But everyone likes nice things. So capitalize on the nice, but don't forget about the sustainable.
Thank you. I have to stop at the moment. Thank you for your presentation at the moment. Unfortunately, we don't have that much time to go all over it. We saw that you presented the needed resources. We saw that you presented the blueprint. As I understand that you will need all that to implement it, right? Or would you like to add something to your plan? What can help to implement? Like how it's going to like start working? What's the first things you need to do?
The first things.
Not precise, plus tools that you can write this question into your notes, and it helps you to develop the situation, the business model further. Our problem is that the concept says we have more 40 minutes now, and we want to listen very wide all teams. That means we are ending this discussion with you. And I don't let even Rene comment. Rene can comment it later. We are going to listen all teams. Thank you. Thank you for now.
Yes.
It's a good question, though. It's very important. Let's start.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, we have a slight problem with the time. But do we have a team plastic cycle over here? Yes, we do. Okay, I will come here and hand the mic. Yes.
How much time we have with the presentation then?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Let's do 5 minutes, yes. Really shortly. Yeah.
Very carefully, it was a nice presentation. Anyway, thank you.
Okay. You can't see me, it seems so. Why? I tested earlier, it worked.
Yes. After plastic cycle, we have team named Wellme Global. So do we have visual as well?
No, because I tested it earlier and it worked, but now it says that you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Yes. The host has stopped the video. Yes, maybe we can solve this issue.
ja me paneme video sisse, aga ta ütleb, et host on video lõpetanud. Siret Mets. Siret Mets.
Yes. Share. Kas nüüd tuleb? Start my video. Okay. Yes, now it works.
Yes, we can see your screen at the moment. Hopefully, yeah. And if it's possible, maybe you can, yes, focus on the value precision part the most.
Okay. Hello from my side too. So we are the team that work with M&P Nurst, and recycling plastic is our theme. Okay, I will not introduce the company at the moment, but I will tell you what we did. In the beginning of this hackathon, we had several ideas what we thought that we could do to help M&P Nurst to solve their problems. But we realized soon that we need to focus on one course of action. So we decided to infiltrate to the M&P Nurst manufacturing plant, and 2 of our members could arrange their plans so that they could go to the overseas information operation to Hiiumaa. From that visit to M&P Nurst, they had a good look at the production process, and they realized that they have already optimized production and waste generation. So there was nothing to do with that. Also, they identified polymers used there and understood their properties and applications. And when they had good talk to our customer, we call M&P Nurst as our customer, we found out that what we need to do is multiple processes of plastic waste as the partners. They need more partners for that, because at the moment, cycles they waste. So what we will do is, or what we're already doing, that we are identifying partners capable to buy and recycle their waste. We are creating a list of potential partners with their contact information and location, and we also will reach out to the potential partners. We already contacted the Estonian Plastic Association. They are a very supportive organization to our project, and they said that it is very cool what we do here. So we have their support. Our key resources are MNP Nöst's material resources. The company itself has ability to shred plastic, not the big trunks, but the smaller ones. And they have possibility to transport plastic waste. So our mission will be to create new business opportunities and partnerships in the recycling industry, environment and sustainability, help MNP Nöst to achieve their environmental goals by reducing waste and promoting a circular economy. Then improve MNP Nöst's reputation as an environmentally friendly company and reduce their waste management costs by selling waste for recycling. Channels. As field of plastic usage is very complex, it is required to sell an idea to industrial companies by personal interaction. And in the future, we see that social media and industry-specific forums are very important when presenting arguments with examples of positive practices. Customer segments. For us, it's most important customer MNP Nöst, but for MNP Nöst are the companies who would be able to recycle the plastic waste. Also, there are indirect customers to whom we also create value in the future. Companies who waste or raw material is plastic and people who care about nature. We have a list of potential partners we will contact later. Here is a short example of the companies. Okay. And a little bit of cost structure and revenue streams. Most important costs are variable production costs arising from the recycling and preparation of plastic for reprocessing, transportation costs, and investment in equipment if additional line of activity will be added. Revenue streams will be based on selling price of recycled plastic waste and from savings in disposal costs. And also there is immeasurable value-based impact, reputation, and achievement of environmentally sustainable goals.
Okay, thank you very much. So I understand that your problem you're solving is actually expanding the whole operation, right? Okay, that's great. Do we have comments from mentors? Maybe from the present mentors over here? Yes, I will bring you to my... Oh, we have a microphone.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm not sure. Does it need to be switched on somehow or it's already on?
It should be on.
Okay. Yes, well, goes well with my jacket color as well. So thank you for the presentation. There was a lot of information. As I understand, today's session is focusing on product market fit. I wanted to ask you a bit more specifically. You showed a list of potential cooperation partners. There was, I don't know, 15 companies and organizations. And yes, this one exactly. How are you actually planning to find out there is a product market fit using this list? How do you plan to figure out whether they are potential partners and clients? So what type of I don't know, interviews, product testing you are planning to use to help the company to understand who could be their potential clients and cooperation partners in future?
I don't like to interrupt, but very short answer, and it helps you to work out a better business model during the next months. But very short answer.
When we visited the factory in Hiiumaa, we asked permission from MMP Nurst to contact these companies that are listed here, and they gave us that permission. And we also have already created a list of contacts, email addresses, phone numbers, and we also had a lot of help from the Estonian Association of Plastic Processing.
My question was, what are you contacting them about? I mean, what are you going to ask or request from them?
We are contacting them about what kind of materials they use, and if they would be able to purchase the waste from MMP Nurst, if they have the interest, if they have the capability to make new products from the waste.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we have next team. It should be Wellme Global, and after that is Expansion Agency. So yeah, Wellme Global. We have your Expansion Agency, Wellme Global over here. Yes. So let's put this timer on, and you got 5 minutes. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stella, and I'm from the group Wellme Global. And what we did was we did a social media plan for Wellme Wood. So if you remember from our last time, our hypothesis was that LinkedIn is the best social media platform. In order to know if it's really true, we contacted interior designers in LinkedIn, in Instagram. We contacted 30 different designers right now, and we got answers from 10, which 5 were very good for us, and they were very helpful. All of them gave very positive feedback to Wellme's homepage, and they said that the products they look very well, they're very high end, and they had an interest about the products. But the first thing what we asked them was how they find new products right now. So the interior designers, they were people who gave, there were 2 types, which one were basic interior designers, and second, there was 2 or 3 people who actually worked in an e-commerce store which sells interior, couches and lightnings and stuff like that. They said that some of them prefer in-store visits, but actually most of them say that they don't actually like to go to store. They like to use social media to get new product ideas, which was interesting that the people we contacted via LinkedIn said that they don't use social media to get product ideas, but they say that if they are using Instagram and Facebook just to scroll on their feed, if they have a sponsor post, then if it's interesting, they will still save it. So they don't use Instagram and Facebook to find new ideas, but if a new idea pops, then they will save it. And the person we contacted via Instagram, they say that they use Instagram a lot to find new product ideas. They like to follow different brands and to keep up what's going on in the market. And one of them say that new products are generally introduced by importers. So if there is a major fair show somewhere, then the importers come to their office and share new ideas. So here's an example from Lincona Põrandakeskus, which sells floors, how they have a morning for architects. And also they say that some of them use like publications and newsletters like Arch Daily or like Divan magazine. They said that the product looks good, but each and every one of them still had questions about the products, even when they visited the homepage. So this is definitely something to think of. They asked how to clean and maintenance the product, how long does the product stay beautiful, what are the long-term durability. Vemel actually has, we know that they actually answer these questions in the homepage, but they are very down below. So it's something to think about. I also added the feedback in Estonian, so if somebody wants, they can see it later on. I'm gonna skip to the last slide, which we have like recommendations. But first, social media suggestions, what we thought were right now would fit with Vemel. So we think that there are 3 main social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. The content strategy is to focus on very, very premium and high quality content because the target audience is interior designers who really love aesthetic looking content, and not to focus to post like many times, like 100 times per week, like many people want to do. But 1 or 2 times is definitely enough. Then it's definitely a good idea to utilize paid ads in meta platforms like Instagram and Facebook. Then we have like tons of social media post ideas. We did like content, we did like analyze what other brands are doing. So we have like tons of different ideas for social media, what kind of posts to actually do, because this is very important. And then for the final thing, we have like recommendations that Vemel can do right away. So for example, an online store to like direct sales is a great idea what to do next. Then add customer feedback and companies you work with to your webpage because that builds trust. I realized when I watched the page, I saw that the SEO is probably not the best right now. So this is definitely something to do to increase visibility and attract more organic traffic. And add frequently asked questions to the menu. I think that's very important because right now it's very down below. And in my personal opinion, people don't, maybe like 20% of people actually scroll down where the frequently asked questions are right now. On LinkedIn, I suggest you to focus more on personal branding, not like business branding is also important, but personal branding would give an advantage. And social media, what I thought that you can do right now is actually optimize like the pages, because when I looked at your Facebook page, there's no web page, no mobile number, not when you're open, and it's like the easiest thing to do right now. And that's it for us. Thank you.
Woohoo! That's great. So great to hear that you have first interactions and then you got first ideas on how to go on. Rene or Martin, would you like to ask something or comment something on that idea?
I would like to ask just about the meetings you had with those interior designers and asking their feedback. It was, of course, nice about all the technical aspects of the product, but did you actually ask or find out whether they are actually willing to buy the product and whether they are willing to place some orders for any of the Vemel products?
That's a great question. Right now, we didn't do it because our main aspect was to actually know how they think and how to do like social media. I think that would be like the next step for us to contact them. But as we realized right now, we talked, like I said, with 4, they were really, really helpful. And with them, we discussed it. And they say that right now they have so many questions about the product that they are not ready to recommend this product to their own customers. So I think that if, like the main thing is if they actually get to answer their answer to these questions, that would definitely improve it.
Thank you for the answer. And we will now move on to the next team that's called Expansion Agency in front of here. And the next one is Hack Street Boys. Be ready. But yeah, The floor is yours. And I will note that if the 5 minutes are up, I will raise my hand so you can see, so you can sum it up a bit quicker. Okay?
Okay, agreed. 5 minutes, a bit of power and a bit of point as well. We'll try to do it. Yeah, so we're also working with the challenge which was presented by Wemelwood. We have conducted some few meetings already, talked to CEO, tried to understand the problems, tried to understand the potential ways to handle those problems. And what we having, it's like interesting because when you think about this, we have a unique product, which is beautiful and aesthetic, right? It's sustainable, but something is missing. And in our opinion, which is missing is digital presence and accessibility to the end customer to make a purchase. Because if I'm doing, I don't know, construction works in my home, renovating it, and I want these wooden switches and plugs, then I need to go to the website. I need to write a different separate email to ask the price. Then if I like it, I need to via email still try to purchase it somehow. And this there shouldn't be so much blockers to make a purchase. So we put three main focuses. So in our opinion, what we should do, we should start with building a web store at the same time as previous company presented. Social media presence should be done as well because they are supporting each other. You're creating traffic and social media to the web store. Then to actually retain all this data, there should be a CRM system. And of course, mail funnels to retain with customers and also like kind of hold them in the loop. Yeah.
Yeah, for the, well, as Pavel mentioned that it has to be easy to make a purchase. It shouldn't be like that you ask separately for a price, then get like a personal quote, and then maybe you can buy something. It should be easy and straightforward process. And a good shop is in connection with the website. As a next step, we are looking to compare different options, like what shop platforms go together with the platform their website uses, what is the most cost efficient way of doing it, and the goal is to make like purchasing very, very simple for people. So when you run like a social media advertising, people go to the web page, they go to the shop, and they are, you know, ready to purchase immediately. They don't need to wait for something. And we do recommend automating some menial tasks like postal fee calculations and you know, sending order confirmations. And you can also do some codes basically for setting up the order with you know, postal service. So a lot of things that they can do it to make it run in a background without requiring like their full attention day to day, basically. Yeah.
And yeah, as we said before, it should be supported by the social media presence. Currently it exists, but kind of underutilized. So we also will develop a plan for the content making as well, few posts per week. You should do it regularly. It should be quality. It should be in good quality pictures and content, etc., etc. So you look really professional because this product is also kind of more luxury. So you need to build this brand awareness in social media as well. Something can be automated as well when you use social media. Some tools like, for example, Zapier, when you're making a post in one media channel, it automatically put this to some other channels, so you don't need to manually click like 3 times in different social media channels.
The CRM system is important to build up like long-lasting customer relations because, well, when you already have like more than like 100 leads to work with, then basically you can't handle like the follow-up tasks, etc. anymore, and you need to have a good system for that. So we will compare a couple of alternatives, suggest a platform to start with. We will inform the owner like what the expected running cost of this system is, and we think it will make the future campaigns way more efficient. And like if you have a catalog, you can give it to the customers in return of the email address, and then you have a potential customer for the future. Yep.
Yeah.
And
to finalize,
20 more seconds. For the website, we can just cooperate with the website developer to help to contact him and negotiate which platform can suit the best. Social media channels, we can just ask for the access and some materials, because there are already a lot of good materials that can be used. So in the first even few months, there is enough content already to generate in the social media. And it will be really cost efficient, everything, because from our experience, we know that building the CRM and this shop, it's costs like a few €100 per month. So it's really low cost, which can have really big impact, and the easiest way to generate some additional revenue in the upcoming months.
Well, thank you very much for the presentation. Do we have any comments, small comments?
Yes. Well, thank you for the presentation. From the investor's perspective, I felt that you are addressing slightly wrong problems or wrong challenges. And what I have in mind, you are addressing challenges like eShop and CRM, which are important in a scale-up phase. If the presentation from your previous group was true, and the interior designers are saying that they are not sure whether they want to buy this product because it has so many open questions, there is no point to work on eShop and in CRM. Otherwise, you will end up like our colleague was presenting here, this window example. You work a lot of complicated technicalities, and then finally you find out there is no need or no demand for it.
Now, just a short comment. So to me, also B2C seems questionable with this product. So if you continue in that direction, then maybe add a feasibility study on B2C, if it's even feasible to do that.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Now the next team is Hack Street Boys, and after that is Eco Drive Innovators. I hope, yeah. The Backstreet Boys. Hack Street Boys, yeah. The next one was Eco Drive Innovators. And again, I will wave my hand if it's about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. We have more 10 minutes until the regular or the end of the session. But I ask you to stay more 20 minutes. Then we will make break after that. Don't leave the room after 7 minutes. Let us take more minutes.
Just a second. Just a second. For some reason, my slides don't change. Oh, okay, now they did. Okay. Okay, so hi from Hack Street's back. All right. and we will start our presentation. Since we don't have a lot of time, I will quickly go over key partners. So our key partners include interior designers, architects, contractors, interior design retailers, sustainable home product platforms, electrical wholesalers, marketing agencies, and other end consumers. And also eco-conscious consumers. Key suppliers provide sales channels, warehousing, and online sales infrastructure. And partners bring resources like market insights, customer trust, and client leads while performing activities such as marketing, selling, and product recommendations. And these partnerships focus mostly on optimizing costs, reducing risks, and securing essential resources for expansion in Germany. Our key activities for Germany, we will conduct market research, optimize production, build partnerships with local distributors, streamline logistics, and apply a tiered pricing strategy for end customers, architects, and resellers. So key resources. Our key resources include production facilities and financial backing for projects, marketing and scaling, effective distribution partnerships and logistics, case studies to build customer trust, and initial capital along with pricing insights for profitable growth. Our value propositions, very, very important part. So Wemmelwood offers an outstanding line of thermal wood outlets and switches that seamlessly blend the warmth and aesthetic of natural wood with high performance and durability, delivering a premium sustainable alternative to conventional plastic and lacquered products. Our thermowood products meet the growing demand for design-oriented and eco-conscious interior solutions, providing customers with a unique, authentic aesthetic that aligns with modern environmental values. So there is also our catchphrase, Wemmelwood enhances spaces that value tradition, quality, and environmental responsibility. Customer relationships. So here we have talked about what are the expectations for the customers, what are the current relationships established, and what may come next. So what are our future plans? So the company builds reliable and sustainable customer relationships through partnership support, educational marketing, and transparent communication. And our future plans focus on expanding marketing and customizing products for sustainability and smart home solutions. So projected marketing and sales budget for the upcoming year is 30,000 euros. Channels. So engaging key customer segments through direct sales, digital presence, events, and social media. And the product launch targets Germany using SEO, trade fairs, and integrated feedback channels to enhance engagement and brand alignment. Next stop is our cost structure. So the most important costs in Wemmelwood OÜ's business model include labor, CNC machine costs, production space rent, and raw materials. And the most expensive key resources are ensuring a financial runway, setting up the production facility, and marketing and sales resources. The most expensive key activities are production, marketing and sales, safety testing, and IP protection. So Wemmelwood is more value-driven, focusing on creating a premium value proposition with high-quality materials and effective marketing. Fixed costs include salaries, rents, utilities, while variable costs cover raw materials, marketing expenses, and sales costs. And the business can achieve economies of scale as production scales up reducing per unit costs, and additionally, economies of scope may offer savings by producing a range of related products. Aigve? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have only one quick thing. So customer segments is actually, no, okay. So I think I will stop here because I will just quickly show you the last slide. So customer segments. Our target customers are here interior designers, architects, high-end residential homeowners. You can read the rest. And next is our revenue streams, which is here. And so mostly 3 alternative streams for generating revenue, each having its own profit margin and strategic approach. Yeah. So I think that sums it up. And thank you very much. And maybe there are some questions or
maybe a few comments, questions.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. I really liked it in terms of the richness of details and like going into the different customer segments and geographical areas. But I wanted to ask you to understand better, was this just based on a Google search research, or you have already been able to contact some of the names? There was a number of different kind of company names listed in different German regions. So I want to understand whether it's just a general idea or you have actually been in contact with some of them and to get real feedback.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So quick answer is that we have not contacted them directly, but it's based on our research that we have been able to gather from various sources.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And now we have next team, EcoDrive Innovators. Yeah, back there, Ivar, back there. And the next team would be Success, named Success. No hands at the moment. Then Power Wheels. Yeah, okay, Power Wheels are there. Thank you. But if you're ready, then you can start. And also, I will wave my hand if the 5 minutes is up.
Okay, a quick second. And hello. So we are EcoDrive Innovators. A quick reminder, our problem was that end-of-life vehicles are moving out of... You can hear me? No? Yes, you can. End-of-life vehicles are moving out of EU, and our own manufacturing shops, repair shops are losing valuable materials and replacement parts to use. For this, our solution would be a centralized ecosystem where vehicles from all over Europe would be accounted for, and people can put their vehicles up for sale, and manufacturers and sometimes individual buyers could buy them. So as already mentioned, our key activities would be purchase and sales of end-of-life vehicles, and also raising awareness that why people should do that, how they could do it, and how they could turn their old vehicles into money. What we need for it, or who would be our key partners as buyers, would be manufacturers, scrap metal piles, repair shops. We would need to include national vehicle registration centers to get information, and also we would need to include an IT company to help sustain the ecosystem and the website. What would be the key resources in this project is our ability to, our capability as a resource to move vehicles over Europe where they're needed. Our other key resource would be our digital platform that connects everyone and everything. Another resource would be financial incentives and bonuses for people to give up their vehicles, and also different partnerships and collabs to establish a supply chain. What kind of value we offer is to create an environment-friendly way to reliably reuse old materials and vehicles, and customers would have a simple solution to make their old vehicles bring in some money, so they wouldn't need to sell them to exporters that export them outside of EU. And who are our customers is pretty much individual sellers, most and foremost, because without them, we don't have a product to sell. And secondly, it would be car manufacturers, dealers, and repair shops. On a small scale, we would have the option for individual buyers to buy from our website if the vehicle on sale is not at the end of life yet. So how customers, what channels? We would, for individual buyers, there would be website, application, and social media channels, both for sellers and buyers. But for business-to-business side, with manufacturers, dealers, it would be more, of course, still on website, but there would be more like indirect connection via email and solutions like that. But most important question, sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. So most important question, or second to most important question, is where does the money go? What do we need? So first and foremost, of course, we need money to develop our platform. If it's done, we need money to keep our platform up, keep our customer support up, for marketing, securing key resources, and of course for support systems and staff. And now most important question would be, where does the money come from? So here would be, of course, the sales, acquisitions, and sales of vehicles. When changing hands, of course, we would need to take a small cut in between. And another way for a revenue income would be from manufacturers to sell first pick, so to say, on vehicles we have on offer. And third, since our solution, where our project would be having a bigger impact on making the environment better for all of us, then we would also lobby for maybe some government supports.
Okay.
Since our time is up, I'm gonna skip over from our platform prototype that we made, and for questions, I am going to leave this up. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Maybe a few comments from the classroom.
Have you got any feedback from the challenge giver?
Have you got any feedback from the challenge giver?
No, they're really hard to reach.
Because my first question would be that
sometimes communication issues.
Yeah.
Don't worry, people. We have 1 month to go, and you can get.
I think we have one more comment. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Lina and Tenir.
Hello. Interesting approach. What I was wondering is that it's nice to have all communication and information sharing across countries on the platform, but the channels and how like financially efficient and also environmentally efficient is then to move around these cars, the scrapped cars themselves, or how you actually envision this?
Yeah, I skipped over pretty much our website where I was gonna talk about it. So I'm gonna skip a few pictures back. Boom, 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 boom. So we would ideally have like different collection points, and when at some point there is enough resource to move, then it would be moved, not like every car individually.
Okay, thank you. And one more comment.
Yeah. Well, from an investor perspective, I unfortunately completely failed to understand what is your value proposition in that sense that if you compare it to already existing platforms, for instance, in Estonia, Auto24, why would you create a new platform instead of trying to integrate this functionality already existing platforms which have proven that there is a market and customers?
To Rewatch, there is no single platform including all over Europe, and I think this is one of the reasons as well, because on small as well why cars are going out of Europe, because it's clustered and smaller markets don't have this buyers to get back to like Central Europe. It's one thing, and like from Estonia, Latvia, and Baltic states, it's easier to not right now, but it used to be easier to sell cars out of EU to Russia and from there to Asia than it was to move cars back to Central Europe. This assignment given was given by Volkswagen, so we were trying to see how to move resources to that side, not to the east, as it's historically been more. And there was another part to this question that I forgot during my rambling.
It was about functionality.
Oh, yeah.
Why not
now I remember, sorry.
In the market leaders, I mean, in each country you have platforms, so you can easily include this feature.
Yes, these platforms are mostly oriented to selling from individual to individual. So there's another different from our platform, which is more like oriented to selling. It's for even older cars, first and foremost, and secondly, it's oriented for manufacturers as buyers for manufacturers and repair shops or chop shops, but there is a caveat, like there is an option to buy if the car maybe there is just a single car in the region. It's awaiting for more cars that would make this transportation from one area to another logical. Then there is an option to buy it from underneath if there hasn't been any interest yet.
2, 3.
Read our podcast, but let's try to keep it in 5 minutes and we'll try to take all the teams as well. Yeah.
So we can basically forget.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good to everyone? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. But now I understand it's your team turn. I will also wave my hand if the 5 minutes is up. So yeah, you can start when you're ready.
We'll try to keep it very short, brief, and simple as business should be, not going really detailed, because the simplicity is the key to every kind of success in general speaking. But hello everyone from us. I'm pleased to present our project Buyback Revolution, which is created by a team called Power Wheels. Our project tackles a critical issue in the automotive recycling industry, the efficiency recycling of end-of-life vehicles, ELVs, largely due to illegal exports to developing countries with weaker environmental regulations. This is not only harms the environment, but also leads to the loss of valuable materials that could otherwise support sustainable manufacturing. And Volkswagen Group itself has acknowledged this problem, and by the Paris Environmental Pact that the European Parliament has settled, automotive industry companies need to achieve some kind of quotas, and the rush is quite high because in the next 5 years they need to have quite good solutions to these problems. And our solution itself is as follows. We'll try to create some kind of recycling unit into the third world, I would say, developing countries such as Africa or Asia continent. We'll try to do a good, sufficient marketing in that region to try to persuade the local old car users to sell them to us with some kind of good initiatives in that local area. Then in this same local area, we'll try to dismantle them, try to sort out the reusable parts, for example, engine, gears, whatever, and scrap the metal frame that is mostly highly valuable to the automotive manufacturing companies. And then we'll try to sell the reusable parts through some kind of platform that already probably exists, and the scrap metal to the Volkswagen Group in general. And then these old materials and reusable parts will be going on to the use of producing the new car and achieve the high recovery rate, which is the main goal of the automotive industry in general. In addition to that, we actually proposed a deposit system for new cars where a deposit included the purchase price can be redeemed when the vehicle is recycled. This system, along with increasing taxes on older cars, encourages owners to recycle and transition towards sustainable practices aligning with circular economic goals. And we actually really focused on the next thing that my partner will introduce more.
2 minutes.
Yes, hello from me as well. I'm gonna keep it simple, and we also made this flowchart to keep it as simple as possible. So the main problem here is that we are trying to solve is that how to get those cars from the clients. And mainly there are 3 options if the client wants to get rid of their car. The first one and the best one is if they sell their car to the local dealership. This actually is already being done in Estonia, in Europe, probably in more countries, but that's not done enough. The other options are if the person is trying to sell the car, they might contact a third party. It might also be mean selling the car to the third world countries, as we talked previously. So we can't actually stop them doing that, but what we could do is create a marketing plan. If the car is already sold to the third party, that marketing plan will work so that they still will try to sell the car to the local dealership. And third option is if they sell the car to the scrapyard, there could be partnerships between scrapyards and scrapyards could sell the ELVs with profit to the local dealership. So it's the full circle. And yeah, everything else on this flowchart is basically what Mait already went through. So
So maybe you can sum it up with 2 sentences that what will you need to implement your strategy?
Well, most important is actually the capital that we need to establish to create some kind of a concept behind this whole thing. And I think this investment should come from the challenge giver, or at least the automotive company who needs to do those investments in order to keep those businesses alive in that way that they are at the moment.
Okay, thank you. Not from your pockets. Okay, understandable. Okay. Do you have any comments? Yes?
It's a relatively complicated model, so being a simple investor, I fail to understand who makes actually money. Is it Volkswagen who makes money, or is it owner of the car or scrapyard? I'm just lost here.
Yeah, well, short answer.
Yeah. Well, in short term, Volkswagen is the one that is the most beneficial part of the whole concept, because if they are going to reuse the old material, it should be in theory much cheaper to use the reusable materials rather than new metal parts in that concept.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the answer. And now we have the final team, as I understand from here. Okay. If you're ready, you can, Ivor will, over here. Ivor will come with the microphone and you can share your screen also. And few more minutes. And we can see your screen in a second. Yes.
Anyway, hello. I don't know how to use it, so I will just... yeah, all good. So we did not make it. What?
Okay, we have some technical issues. Maybe something stopped the sharing part. Can you share a screen again? Seems like it's working.
Yeah.
All right.
So we just put some ideas on what could be the first sales activations. First one might be through partnership with small house producers in Germany, because small houses and these model houses are very popular there. Then that might help get foot in the door. Then also looking towards builders of more luxurious cabin makers, because their clients are more richer than this a bit pricier options for Wemelwood products will be okay for them. We hope there are some possible companies, Berghaus, Tiny House, Rouse, and so on. Then also another idea could be through unique network. There is a web platform in Germany that showcases unique architectural vacation homes. Then through them it might be also an idea. Also, we looked up some direct competitors. Yeah, then also indirect competitors. Then possible partners from Estonia. There is this Buen Nordic House that also exports to other companies that also includes Germany. Then also Iglocraft that is becoming more popular. And that's all from us. Thank you.
So the main word is connections, as I understand, right? Networking. That's great. Okay. Do we have any comments, any suggestions?
Well, I don't see yet an investment case, but I understand you keep working till Christmas.
Yes, we are on the halfway. Yes.
He didn't see investment cases yet.
But yes, everything is doable. We can always change, pivot, and actually find new ways. Definitely, there are great ideas and great ideas to catch on. But today's session is actually over. Thank you, everybody. You can pat on your shoulders. We did it a little bit over time. Okay, a little bit more over time than we expected. But presenting the ideas, it's not so, let's say, small process or short process. But you all did great. Thank you very much for that. And now we can finish, and then we have 15 minutes break. So applause for all of you.